2. Gotta want it. Deans. Yes!
MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm obvious.
Welcome to the Faithful Fan Show. I'm your host, Tony Cook, joined today by none other than JDB the Baddest. He is our Charger / Padre / anything San Diego insider. Hey, we also got my buddy Matt, the Hot Take Titan. He's back, baby. We haven't talked, honestly, on this show since Caleb Williams and the preseason and all the hype. So I can't wait to hear what you got to say about the Bears and what they've been doing. Everybody knows the Cowboys season is over. Matt told me right before I pressed record. I said, I'm a vent. He said, no, y'all season's over. But anyways, before we get started, y'all, it's been a minute. It's a hot season of sports right now. A lot of stuff going on. JD, how you feeling, baby?
Pleasantly surprised, but also not giving my hopes up too much. When we drafted Alt instead of getting Neighbors, you know I was hot. I told you I wasn't happy about that. But then I got to see how big he was, and I'm like, dang, he can eat Sean Merriman. That's wild. Sean Merriman ain't no small dude. Like, I met him in person. I'm like, yeah, that's a big dude. So this lineman, like, what is he, like 6'8", 300-something pounds? Come on, man. Like, so, but the problem is that the inside of our line is a revolving door. Like, they running through us. Like, the defenses are they're kind of figuring us out, to be honest with you, because if it's cool that our outside is good, but if you rush the inside, you're going to probably get to us. Myles Garrett got like 3 sacks off of just – if you play the Chargers, you hit us with some stunts. Hey. And if the running back misses the block, we in trouble. I ain't going to lie to you. So it might take a couple of drafts. Like, I would not be shocked if we go into another draft and we go get another big boy, maybe like a guard or like a center, because remember we lost Lindsley.
Wait, so JD, how you already talking draft talk? Wait, JD.
No, I can't get too ahead of myself.
So ladies and gentlemen,
I'm pretending like I'm a Cowboy fan.
As we know, JD is obviously here to talk Charger football. He's hype. At least y'all get a wild card for sure. I mean, because y'all.
Well, right now we're the 6th seed, so you know that's good. But
before we go there, JD, I gotta ask you, Matt, how are you doing, my friend? How are you?
Well, I heard JD talk about offensive line troubles, and I'm like, slow down, big fella. Your line is at least middle of the pack. You know what I'm saying? Your line is at least middle of the pack. I don't know how many Bears games y'all done caught, but we don't have a line, right?
I watch every single one.
We don't have
Keenan Allen back for the veteran medium.
Man, we like. Ooh, I don't know if this is my turn to go long-winded, but I got a lot to say about the Bears. I got a lot to say.
Oh no, we got you, Matt. But JD, we're gonna jump right into the Charger talk because you was already going. But I wanted to frame the question like this because the Chargers are still, what is y'all's record currently? Right
6-3 or 5-3, 6-3, 5-3. I can't remember. I don't want to look.
Have y'all had y'all bye week yet?
Yeah, we had the bye week first. I think it's 5-3.
So y'all are probably 5-3. The Chargers right now obviously sitting behind the Chiefs. So you're not winning the division. Like, do you have any hope to win the division and catch the? I guess it's a long season, right?
No, because Patrick Mahomes and them Chiefs there's one statistic they're good at: winning games. Like it's not put winning games as an attribute like catching or running or speed. The way that they just find a way to win games is almost infuriating at this point. They just said, "Hey, Tom Brady said, here you go, Mahomes. You could be the new annoying team that's really, really hard to beat, and if everybody ain't on there, it's pretty much what the NFL does. If there's a team good enough, they could be beat." But if you're not good enough, they're not going to give you no wins. And we weren't good enough in the first game, so I wasn't even. We the fact that our defense is doing so well and we're in every game, that's something that really makes me happy because it's basically the same exact defense as last year. They went and picked up a couple of guys that weren't like big names, like Molden. Like, did you think about him from the Tennessee Titans when you think of cornerbacks? Nah, but he's over there already got like 3 interceptions. They went and found guys that were system guys.
Right? Is he like a slot guy?
No, he's a corner.
He's a corner. Yeah. He's y'all's number 1, right?
Yeah, right now. Right now, because Asante Samuel's hurt. We got a couple of guys hurt. Bosa's always hurt. He always got a groin problem or something. So seeing how the team already got a bunch of injuries and we're still in this thing and we're doing it in a way that we've never done it before, it kind of gives me hope that this team is going to do something different because we do not give up on the run. if we had North Turner out there, we would have been throwing the ball all day with Justin Herbert.
There you go. And that's the next question I was going to ask you is how do you feel about the Harbaugh, Herbert? Y'all still got J.K. Dobbins, is old boy still the Edwards is are they all?
Well, Edwards is hurt.
Oh, he's hurt. That's what I was going to ask.
We've been running the rookie Kamal Vidal, I think his name is, but he's getting like 2 yards of carry, nothing too special. But the JK gets a certain way. If he gets a certain lane, he's going to go off. He's one of those guys where you stop paying attention to him and then he breaks one. So I kind of like that. It reminds me of the 2005 Chargers. You know what I'm saying? With LT and Rivers not as developed. But we had LT that just smelled the end zone and get in there. And not the fact that we have an LT and we have a Rivers, it's almost reversed because Herbert is what LT was and Rivers is kind of like what we have in J.K. Dobbins coming back trying to find himself and all there.
So J.K. Dobbins is getting the job done. And shout outs to him because it's a bounce back year and everything.
Absolutely. After that injury.
Matt, I saw your eyes perk up. You have anything? You have a comment?
You said that Rivers is like a J.K. Dobbins? Yo, Rivers a Hall of Fame quarterback, bro.
No. I'm not saying I'm saying the comparison is like if you put that 2005 Chargers team where they were super dominant, were beating everybody. The owner screwed us after the end of the season. Damn, Tom Brady got us. But LT was the leader of that team. And Rivers had just stepped into that role because Breeze had left to the Saints. So I'm saying as far as like the leader role is more of Herbert being like LT, and then J.K. Dobbins would take the role of a Rivers trying to find his spot, but he's still coming up and doing everything he's supposed to be able to do. And it's not like LT, because LT could get to the end zone whenever. J.K. Dobbins' games is very different. It's sneaky. And then you see Herbert, he could throw the ball out the freaking stadium. So you got to find a way to make those players work. And it seemed early on, we had no idea what the hell we were going to do. And now it's finally catching on. And we know the defense can hold. That's big. They haven't given up more than 20 points all season, even when we lost.
That's a little bit of that Harbaugh effect. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same dudes.
So with all the running being done and y'all's run game and defending the run going pretty well, I assume. The throw, like, how is Herbert doing as far as passing the rock? Like,
well, when he had the injury early,
I saw your guys. McCourty, he made a crazy play a week ago or so. Like,
let me put it like this: when he had the injury, it's hard to tell because Justin Herbert's going to play through everything. He reminds me of Rivers in that aspect. But then we're starting to see now with Jim and Herbert. I like it. He has some emotion. He's showing some personality. You know what I mean? He went on. He posted his touchdown on Instagram and said, "Is that a dub in the chat?" And everybody's like, what? Herbert's one of these dudes that watches streamers? Like, he don't really talk that much. He's showing emotion. He's throwing touchdowns and bobbing his head. Like, what's up? That was not happening before with Stanley. And I like that emotion coming from him, from our team, because we need that. He needs to be the leader because everybody left. Keenan's over there in Chicago. Mike isn't coming back. He's going to Pittsburgh. So as far as the leaders on the offensive side, it's just him. That's the only person that's been there for that long. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy how quick he could go from being the young guy to everybody's, hey, we got to rise up and rally around Herbert. Now we got to rally around him because he's our leader, and I see that transition happening. I just don't know how far it can take us this year with a wide open hole in the middle of our offensive line. You know what I mean?
So like you were saying, y'all need a guard. You were getting into the draft and all, but you guys are still 5-3, and probably in the AFC.
Six seed right now.
Gonna land in that wild card area right there.
Yeah, we're not going
to secure something. I know you were thinking about the trade deadline. What kind of did y'all make any trades? The Chargers?
Not that I've seen. They just moved some guys around, put some guys on IR, brought some guys up.
If there were a trade to be made, what do you think? I mean, is it obviously the offensive line? You need something in the middle, guard?
Nah, I don't think so. I would want to draft one of some of those guys. We need them to be around on rookie contracts for Herbert. If we're going to go trade and go get free agents, I want those to be the skill players because Herbert just needs one. They say that we were in the running for T. Higgins, but nothing came from that. So I never believed that anyways. Anytime there's anybody out there, they want to say we're going to go get them. But when it comes to the team and building it up, I'd rather us build young because then those guys will stay around on those younger contracts and we won't be screwed paying someone a lot. Like, look at the Saints. Like, what is the plan for them? They're like negative $61 million in the cap. Like, we were in that problem. Harbaugh showed up. We lost a couple of our guys. Give Keenan Allen back.
So why they play their best game? Why did they play their best game against the Cowboys, dog? The Saints. You said Saints, and I got PS. Oh my gosh,
It's
dog.
about matchups. And they're already just dancing on your grave.
Crazy. But anyways, JD. So JD's good with standing pat. No trades being made, building through the draft. I feel you because y'all are in a good spot. You already got some good young talent. You don't want to put nothing in the way of that, but definitely you'd say draft a guard right now if you had to say something. Midseason, it was a lot of positive. I was trying to pull a negative out of it.
No, we were number one on defense, scoring defense, man. We just go keeping them under 20 a game, and we're doing it sneakily. Like, people aren't talking about it. So I kind of like that, you know? Like, we give up one touchdown at the end. If we didn't give up one touchdown at these last like 3 games, people will be talking about us differently. But, you know, keeping it on the low, you know, go look at those games. You really look at it like, damn, we really didn't let nobody score over 20. It's just we got to score over 20.
So fans, pay attention. JD's not just saying they go into the wild card round; they're making it out of the wild card round. He's
we probably causing some damage
right now. Sound like a confident fan. I love it. I love it, JD. I love it.
No Super Bowl, but we gonna mess up something. We gonna mess up something.
I like it. I like it. You gonna ruin some Thanksgivings? Let's go. Hey, Matt.
Yes.
We gonna turn to you and the Chicago Bears. I haven't talked to you on this show about Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears since preseason. So we've had a long time. And the Hot Take Titan said some crazy. He was bold and we was confident.
We don't need to rewind. We don't need to rewind. You know
wait.
We need to be where our feet are. We need to be right where our feet are.
Don't. You're right, Matt. We don't because there's pressing stuff that just happened. I want to get before we kick off your midseason vent, because that's what we call in this episode the midseason vent. Before we get that off, I want to hear what your thoughts are on y'all's secondary blowing the Hail Mary. That's big. That was big. I know it was a week ago. But what were you thinking? What were you most mad at on that play? Was it Stevenson?
The play, like, let's be honest. The play, you can't, like, yeah, Tyreek Stevenson was taunting the fans, doing that, and then he was out of position trying to make the pick. But, like, that happens. It's football. It happens, right? It's a once in a lifetime, gonna go down in the highlights forever type thing, right?
It's a lucky bounce.
Yeah, like it's frustrating. Shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have been there. Okay, but at the end of the day, that game should not have been that close in the first place. It was a horribly coached game. If you go back and watch that game, we dominated the defensive side of the ball. Dominated Washington's offense. We could not move the ball. We could not. Let's go back 2 drives before that, when we're on the 1 yard line and we decide we're gonna get cute and we're gonna have it hand it to a backup center on the 1 yard line, right? So the play, it's great. It's gonna be on SportsCenter for the rest of the year. It is what it is, right? It's gonna be in the top 100. It is what it is. Is it frustrating? Is it heartbreaking? Sure, but I wasn't even mad about that. I was mad that we was in the position in the first place, right? When it happened.
And let me ask you, Matt, was it more so? I mean, were you seeing, because we haven't got to play Washington yet, and there's a lot of hoot and hollering about the Commanders, and they're super nice this year, Jaden Daniels. Was it just Dan Quinn in that defense? Are they tough? Or
no, it's a terribly called game, right? Okay. So it's a poor called game, because if you think about it, when we played basic football, we moved the ball. When we kept Caleb Williams out of those, and long situations, we were fine. It was when we started getting cute and wanted to run like screenplays. We want to run zeros out to our receivers or do like fancy stuff, right? Like we on a third and 3, averaging at that point 4.5 yards a carry, and we're gonna go and we're gonna take a shot play. Like and we haven't connected on a shot play all season. What are we doing?
Right? And I agree with that. Y'all be using Keenan Allen wrong. As a Charger fan, I'm like, Caleb is holding the ball way too long for the way that he ran. Keenan Allen never ran go routes, and if he did, it was as a decoy, and we probably landed one big chunk with him in the whole entire history of him being a Charger since San Diego. His routes are outs, comebacks, ins. He gets around 10 yards. It's 1-2, 1-2, and then Keenan's gonna get you a first down.
And I want to exactly. Let's talk about who Keenan Allen is right now. He's 34 years old, on the back half of his career. He's got 2 to 3 more solid years. He's a great route runner and a solid a big body who has short hands. But yeah, we sending him on sevens.
Goes? What
We
the hell?
sending him on goals, right? Like we're putting him down the field like he's 24. And to your point, he never been that receiver in the first place.
We always had someone else for
He's
that.
not. We using him like Mike Williams, but he's not Mike Williams, and he's never been Mike Williams, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He is a slant. He is a red zone. He is a sure first down right now. He's a tight end that you can spread out and create matchup problems at this stage in his career.
At this stage in his career.
Right?
His route running is probably top 3 all time. I'm telling you right now. Go watch the film on him because he's not fast. He's not fast. That's the thing. So when they put him on the outside to do those goes, it always confused me because I'm like, Keenan's not breakaway speed. He's quick. There's a difference between fast and quick. And he is quick. So if you hit him on a route on the inside, the way that he shimmies and moves, the yak's going to get you a first down regardless. They're just not doing that.
And he's a great 50-50 ball. So I get if you get a single coverage, send him down and let him go get it. But we're not throwing it to him in single coverage. But we're throwing it to him in a too high. Like what do we, like, you know what I mean?
That's what I was going to ask about the offense, Matt, because obviously Caleb Williams has been struggling as well. Is that a lot to do with the coaching, or is the running? Do you guys not have the right runners out? Because I saw you guys traded
Khalil Herbert, right? I'm a little salty about that.
What's going on there with the running game? Is the running game not helping the young quarterback out, or what?
It's a lot of things. One, you always start with coaching, right? Coaches, a great coach can make a great player. A great coach can turn a solid player into a great player, right? I think Caleb Williams has all the intangibles, but he's still very, very young. And even if you go back and look at his game in college, he wasn't ready to just insert in and become a great pro, right? He didn't run a pro-style offense. He was not a drop-down, on-time quarterback, as they say. He was, I'm going to run around, play playground football and throw, which works in college. That works in college. It don't work in the pros. And we're seeing that, you know.
The DBs are assignment sound out there. Assignment sound out there, bro.
Take last week, for example, right? Caleb went, we are in field goal range. It's like third and 5. We're on like the 21. If it's not there, we're going to try and get a first down. If it's not there, kill it, throw it away, do whatever you got to do. Let's get the points. My man took a 17-yard sack and we punted.
Can't have it. Yeah.
Right? And that's a constant. I'm seeing that every single week. The reason why our record is 4-4 right now is because we have a defense like the Chargers. Our defense is better than Chargers. No disrespect to the Chargers defense, but
I'm happy.
How he said they hadn't let somebody score 20 points all season. We hadn't let somebody score 20 points in 13 straight games. Right? Nobody's talking about we haven't let a team score over 20 in 13 straight games until last week. Right, last week was the first time, and I don't know what happened last week. I think,
and on paper y'all loaded, so that's confusing because on paper your offense looks like it's supposed to just go like I think it reminded me of Miami when they were building that with Tyreek came and they had Waddle and all that.
That's why I'm asking. Who's the running back? Like who's toting the rock for y'all?
The O-line is
Swift woke up. Swift woke up these last 2 weeks. He hasn't been. He's been asleep.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, Swift is not a between the tackles kind of runner. And if you look at it, the division that we play in, where we play, Chicago, it's about to get real cold, real fast, right? Mm-hmm. It's about to get real windy, real fast.
Absolutely.
We have always historically been a between the tackles, beat you down, beat you up, running the football kind of team. Except for the last 15 years, we decided we wanted to air it out. We don't play on the West Coast. We don't play down south. We don't play in an area where that makes sense. If you look at every other team in our division, they have solid running games. They're committed to running between the tackles, and they have consistent quarterback play. That's all we need, right? Because our defense, I promise you, I think our defense.
You need the O-line too.
We do need O-line, but our O-line can run block. That's the thing. Yeah, our O-line can run block.
That's some shit. I saw the games earlier because I was watching them, kind of hate watching because I miss Keenan. I can't even front. That's like our dude.
That's why I didn't watching them.
But when I used to watch them run, I'm like, okay, they got some decent run blockers. They can pull very well. It's just their pass blocking. Like, I get why Caleb is holding on to the ball so long. He's trying to erase the problems that the O-line made for him.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. In the NFL, you got to get rid of the ball quickly. When Tom Brady had a shitty line, how long did he hold the ball? I never even saw him drop back 4 steps ever because he never threw it deep. It always was short to Edelman. All those guys towards the end where he didn't have the good
Amendola,
offensive line.
Edelman.
It's
Yeah.
just I'm watching. The reason why Jay Daniels gets all the credit is because he makes smarter plays. Like you see those announcers get pumped up when he throws the ball out of bounds.
He has an offensive
plays,
coordinator who's committed to building a rookie quarterback, right? We have an offensive coordinator who said, "Great, I've got a talent. Let's get that talent going. He can run around and scramble and do the things. Let's use it. You know, he's got a strong arm. Let's use it." And that's not how the NFL works.
He's not, not developing him. He's putting too much on his plate too early. And that's what you're seeing for a lot of these quarterbacks that are going early as of late, like the past 5 years, man. Like,
but what do you think is the difference between Jaden and Caleb as far as their development as you see it? Because they seem very similar to me. The only difference I think is that when Jaden makes a mistake, he's rarely going to make that same mistake again. I saw him run backwards and get sacked for like 10 yards. Haven't seen it since. You know what I mean?
What I see with Jaden Daniels is they've built an offense that makes it real simple for him, right? They built an offense where it was like, it's almost like keys. If you see this, go to 1. I don't want you doing anything else. If this happens, you go to 1.
Simple.
If it doesn't happen, you go to 2.
On some Russell
Wilson happens while you're on 2, you go to 3. Like that's how their offense is built, right? And then they're also very committed to the running game. So there's a lot of play action. There's a lot of that RPOs that they can do.
They have Eckler and they use him how we used him, but we needed him to be a running back. But it's perfect for Jaden because he doesn't like to hand the ball off. He doesn't like to get the ball handed off to him. He likes to catch it in space, get tossed, get a little short pass, maybe hit a little slant. That's perfect for what Jaden does. So I think that also works out too. They found a nice compliment. Like that running back isn't good no place else except for right next to Jaden right now. That's the best damn place for him. So when I see Caleb Williams, I'm like, I don't know if Swift is such a complimentary back for his game.
Correct. Absolutely. And another thing about Eckler is Eckler's not he's not a like I take all the carries. He has Brian Robinson that does the dirty work.
Exactly.
Right? He has Brian Robinson who's doing all the dirty work. So you allow Eckler to come in those times where space is available. You know what I mean? And he's shining. Like he looks really. I think he looks better now than he did as the Chargers. His numbers just aren't as good because the volume's not there.
They look so spread out when they get ready to run a play. I'm like, look at them. It's just all of them up against the line, and they're not worried about Jaden getting sacked, so they can play that kind of game. And most of them are short routes where you say he goes to the 1 or he goes to the 2. They don't really waste those opportunities. Are you saying that you think Caleb Williams has too much freedom?
Yes.
In that offense?
Yes. Absolutely. I don't think Caleb Williams is learning how to read his progressions. Yeah. Right. I think they're like, here's the play. This is what you want. This is who should be open against this coverage. But you do you. If it's not open, you do you, and you make the magic.
They leave the door open for it. And for usually a coach is they got a shorter leash. And they reel in the rookies in quicker. And like you said, Caleb Williams being the number 1 pick, and like you said, his style, his strengths would point to, okay, in chaos, he makes it work. It just hasn't.
Another thing is Jaden Daniels is a much more accurate passer than Caleb Williams.
Really?
Right. Look at the tape. The eye in the sky don't lie. Like Caleb Williams is missing a lot of receivers early.
He has a lot of people in his face, though. I will give him that, though. Jaden looks so relaxed in the pocket because he has the time, and he does one move, gets to an open spot, and then looks to throw. Caleb looks like he's looking for the next move to get completely to the other side of the field. Like he's like, the right side ain't good, so I got to go to the left. So I got to. You see Jaden, he goes, I'm in here, and we're gonna let it go.
So Matt,
but the line being in the line not helping him out. Him having to throw some of those ugly passes, I feel like we got to give him a little grace on that because we saw Peyton Manning do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you, Matt. So, in all fairness, like we going in on Caleb, but beginning of the year, it wasn't looking that bad. Like
I don't. Yes, it was. Right? It's not looked good. It has not looked good at all. But right? We had a 3-game. We had a 3. Everybody want to talk about the 5-touchdown game and the 3 touchdowns, the back-to-back against the 2 worst defense. We had a stretch of 3 games against the 3 worst defenses, worst teams in the NFL, and our defense looked phenomenal, and our offense looked great too. And everybody was like, "Yeah, we got it. He has arrived." And I said, "We ain't played nobody though, right? Like the first 2 teams we played, somebody did. He looked like trash." You know what I mean? As a rookie should. I'm not. You know what I mean? He looked like a rookie. When Washington was the test, Washington is a middle of the road team that's well coached, right?
Yeah.
They're not overly talented. They're disciplined. They're a middle of the road team that's overperforming because they're well coached. So I said, how are we gonna do against Washington? Our defense played outstanding. We made Jaden Daniels look like a rookie. He's been throwing at 72% all year. He was under 50 against us, or like 51% against us, right? I think he had like 140 something yards, 150 something yards until the bomb, right? So we made him look like a rookie. Our offense, though, right, against the middle of the road defense, did nothing. Did nothing. Nothing.
Well,
Swift had a great.
He's making
Swift
a good
had two
point
big
there.
runs when we needed them.
But Matt, so would you say, and what is the record right now? Sorry,
4-4.
4-4, with half the season to go. Is there?
Oh,
any
bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm
Is the
calling this
season
right now. This is my
over?
hot take. We gonna exit this season with 6 or 7 wins.
Oh God.
Like
We will beat New England. I like us because we're at home against Seattle. All our division games, I'm like, I don't even
it's
know.
dark time.
Hey, just, you know what? Set the
I
bar
don't even
low.
know.
Wait, so the coldest part is, Matt, the y'all's division it's the coldest year to have an off year.
Right.
Because the Lions is nasty, Vikings is cold. Who else is
Matt, don't let him laugh at you like that. Let's talk about the Cowboys.
We're gonna get right to it, but I just wanted to close out with that.
We look.
We're
if
Matt
it's 6 or
what?
7. We're getting out of there. Remember, hey, fans, I said Bears are getting out of this season with 6 or 7 wins, right? I'll call them New England, maybe Seattle because we're at home, the division. If we don't get Seattle, we'll get Minnesota at home. We'll get Minnesota at home.
Matt gave up. Hey, it's a hot take Titan.
I'm not giving up, but I just gotta be honest. You know what I mean? I gotta be. I want to say we could beat Green Bay. We ain't beat them in 4 years.
And you've been watching every game, and you've been watching every game, so you would know your team.
Yeah,
we're about to get to some dark times right now because we're about to talk about the Cowboys. Listen,
how about them Cowboys?
So the trade deadline went by, and honestly, I'm not tripping. Like I was more on JD's side.
You're not tripping?
No. Listen, as far as trading. Trades like
you're not tripping?
No. Listen. At this point, everything opens up after the season ends. More so, like there's nothing we can do right now to save our season. Dak is out for multiple weeks.
Tony,
you know what I'm saying we are cooked. We are cooked.
Okay, that's great, but we have to talk about if you over here talking about draft capital is so important. You gave up a 4th round.
Okay, well, let me get to that, Matt. Hold on. a minute. Hold up, Matt.
Get there because you said you're not tripping. So I need you to get there a little fast.
Let me land. I'm saying I wasn't trying to make any moves at the trade deadline. I wasn't in a hurry to make any moves at the trade deadline because I'm like, our season is cooked. I was saying wait till the end of the season, play it out, and see who's available because the dude we got for the 4th round pick, they were going to waive at the end of the season is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so, but you set that up with you said you was like JD, and JD's optimistic. JD's in a better position than he was when we were 2-0. Remember, I told you we were 2-0. I didn't believe it because we beat Carolina and the Raiders.
The Cowboys at this point were missing Dan Quinn. We were just talking about the Commanders, and honestly, Zimmer. I don't know if he's a bad defensive coordinator, but everything that we built up in the McCarthy era has been under Quinn's. We got Quinn players under Quinn's scouting report, like the Quinn guys. We got dudes that rush the passer. We don't stop the run. We go get the quarterback. And
all right, for y'all's defense ain't playing that bad.
It's not.
Y'all are another middle of the pack team.
It's not. There's a lot of things going on. It's a lot. I'm just saying for defense, we miss Quinn. I was going to say that because we were just talking about.
Nah, you sugarcoat it right now. You ducking from the real problem. Tell us the real problem, Tony.
Matt, I got a look. So this is what we're saying. The Cowboys are cooked, and Dak Prescott was the investment that we made in Dak Prescott was not good. So,
you don't say so.
So guys, and I'm a Dak Prescott apology.
What else, Tony? There's one other missing. Dak is playing poorly, but there's one other big piece that's missing on why Dak is playing poorly.
I mean, what would you say, Matt? What's the elephant?
Tony, Pollard.
Oh, a running game. We don't have a running game, obviously, but there's so much stuff and like to talk about. Like, but if we're gonna talk about Dak and the disappointment in Dak Prescott in his performance,
Can I start with Dak? Can I get it?
what do you have to say about Dak?
I remember about 3 years ago in the episode when y'all was about to pay him, I was like, Tony, this is the worst thing your franchise is about to ever do.
That was the first time.
And you yelled at me and you said, Dak's not top 5? And I said, absolutely not.
Hold on.
I said, Justin Herbert is not top 5 yet, but he is on the projection to get there. But you see how I'm not going to lie to myself and say he's there right now while Tom Brady's still here, while Patrick Mahomes is still here. I wasn't even hating. I just want to see y'all do good because y'all got, there's a lot of y'all. Y'all like the Dodgers fans. When y'all win, it's happy. But let me break it down real quick. Let me land. With the whole Dak Prescott thing, honestly, I think you guys are in a great position because this is going to be one of the best drafts in a long time for a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Every single week in college, I'm seeing another dude step up, and I'm like, ooh. And you Cowboys are the type of team that would take Alshon Jeffrey or a wide receiver instead of one of those guys and then try to get a quarterback later. So I'm telling you right now, as fans, y'all need to get in Jerry's ass and be like, we're getting Shedeur Sanders. We're getting Cam Ward. We're getting
Cam Ward. I'm looking at because Shedeur might be a top 5 player. When it's all said, Cam Ward might.
Shedeur gonna end up in Vegas.
Vegas, you think so?
Shedeur gonna end up in Vegas. Vegas keep losing.
Hey, but back to the Cowboys. Dak, bad investment. For the second, basically, because what it is what he needs is a running game, like you were saying, Matt. He needs everything, all the places everything in front of him. He needs to be like in a Baker Mayfield situation to succeed. You know what I mean? And we gave him all the money like he is I guess I'll say a Patrick
Kirk Cousins.
I'm not feeling that. I'm not gonna say Kirk Cousins is better than him. Kirk Cousins is in a better situation.
Wait, did y'all see him against y'all? I know you watching that
Whatever,
game, right?
bro. Okay, we can
saw him swag surfing at the end.
Yeah, bro. I'm not really like the person who's gonna say Dak is ass, but he's just not worth the money that we paid him. And
that's fair. That's fair.
And because of that, we couldn't pay Derrick Henry, and that's why our season is shit. Not just like you said, the defense is doing decent considering the fact we don't have both of our pass rushers. Our top 4 pass rushers are all injured.
And it's a new defense, isn't it?
And it's a new defense under Zimmer, so that's tough for Zimmer too as a defensive coordinator. It's tough circumstances. This season's a bust.
It's hard when your offense is putting them in bad positions.
But that's because Dak doesn't have Dak can't do it he just has CeeDee Lamb. Underrated miss for us. Cooks, he wasn't doing much this year anyway, but he's been injured by game 2. And just the threat of Cooks hurts our production at the wide receiver because he's at least respected for his speed and certain things, and he's been out, and we haven't really talked about it. No one's really talked about it because he hasn't been doing great since he's been here.
You're in a similar position as the Chargers were the last year of Stanley. This team is way too damn talented to be this damn bad, and you see how much it blew up our team. Our whole offense is different now. Something like that has to happen, and you see, the quicker you pull off the Band-Aid, the quicker your team becomes better. There's trending in the right direction. That's why I say I ain't going to get too happy. But I can see that we're moving towards our line's going to be set. Our defense is going to be good. That's the first 2 things you need. Cowboys always got that. Okay, so why don't they win?
Okay, guys. So before we get out of here, we got a couple minutes. I'm going to go and ask around the room because I'm going to talk draft. Whether y'all want to or not, fans, it's draft time for the Cowboys. JD, if y'all had to draft a player, right now to help your team out of college, who would it be? Just first name, real college.
Travis Hunter, but he's probably not going to be there if we keep playing.
Easy money, right?
And plus, he's kind of short, too. Like, I want him, but I'm like, we probably need someone that's taller. Go grab one of those Miami boys. Just go get an LSU receiver. Those guys are always good. No matter what, just get an LSU receiver. But we haven't been tall in a while, and Lad McConkey is sick, but he's short.
He's
Palmer's short. Q is fast, but he's in tall, but he's not really a jump ball guy. He's a yak guy. He wants to catch the ball and move. So I want a tall receiver for Herbert to get bailed out for. You know what I mean? We'll take CD. Give a CD.
Hey, that's an NFL player. Hey, Matt. So who would you draft right now to help your season?
I'm not gonna say that because we all know it'd be an offensive lineman. But I will say, if we're talking draft, I'm gonna give you a hot take.
Let me hear it.
4 years from now, the Bears will be drafting another quarterback.
Oh my God, Matt! Why?
Dang, you are glued.
Why are we doing these type of hot takes today? God damn.
Because we have to be honest, and I don't think it's because Caleb Williams is a bad quarterback. I think it's the Bears is a terrible franchise, right? Yeah. We're Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron are getting fired at the end of the year, right? That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know who else that happened to? Justin Fields. You know what I mean? Two different systems in his first 2 years of the league.
Very true. Very true.
And then you go into your third year with a lame duck coach, and you got to perform, and you don't got the pieces around you. You know who else that happened to before Justin Fields? Mitchell Trubisky.
Yep, your whole
same exact
the past decade.
Hey, y'all just need to get a quarterback.
Before we get out of here, the Dallas Cowboys should draft the running back out of Boise State. Yo, I don't give a damn. Oh boy, a baller, yo. He a baller. Hey, but thank you, gentlemen, for joining the show. I love y'all. Hey, we got to tap in sooner. Before the end of the season for sure. Until next time, y'all, on the Faithful Fan Show. Hey, make noise. Rookie in the
paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a layer. Rookie in the paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a layer. Animal, MC cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm on BS and real, my rhymes convict and heal. A world blind, my lines a red pill, real. Ball like I've been here, rookie in his prime. Focus like Jordan the second time. Kobe in playoff times, you know believe when I drop. Call for it, Kelly go in the Blizo spit. Auto like free throws by Ito. Circle loose stroke magic. Rhymes over all y'all like Dirk for two. Rookie in the game, insane coming for you. GGB the crew.